Looking at this lineup, I would definitely think. Okay, I did not actually see the whole lineup the first time around. Okay, so it's a carry Weaver. That's unconventional.
Yeah,
I've been saying this for so. I think wasn't it you I was talking to the other time? And I said go for a carry Weaver or something like that.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
it's all
was you.
right, but against any higher, I mean, the problem is I'm so used to playing higher level players. I mean, you just buy a Sentry and pick a Lion,
No, no,
and
no. That's not the thing. The thing is that, especially against higher level people, you're not. In lower level games, you're used to seeing all sorts of weird shit. You're used to seeing sniper jungling and all those sort of things, right? And you sort of adapt to these things. But in higher levels, you start to perfect things which are conventional. So when you have something that is unconventional, that is also played, like whoever is playing Weaver is a good Weaver player and has played carry Weaver a bunch, and knows what he's doing, but other people, whoever his opponent is, they are not used to playing against a carry Weaver. They're going to be thrown off. Especially the main thing they're going to be thrown off is by the timing, because they're used to a certain timing window of the Weaver being strong. Let's say what 16, 17 minute. He's going to have offlane Weaver is going to have a Deso and stuff. He's going to be actually dangerous. Suddenly you've got a carry Weaver 12 minutes in, 10 minutes in, rocking the Deso. Now what are you going to do then? You're suddenly like, oh, what the hell happened? You missed the
Mhm.
timing window. You this is what I was saying the other time. Like, you pick unconventional things and you put them in your heroes who are out of the meta. You get good with them, and suddenly you've got a hero pool that people are not used to, and you're winning games because people are just not used to it. Anyway, so talk me through your starting items a little bit.
Well, are we watching the game or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
Okay,
shit! Sorry.
yeah, you don't
This
have
is the
a. I was
second
gonna wonder.
time.
I was like, do you want me to just like?
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
I was kind of confused.
I was watching the whole.
Like,
Okay, yeah. So talk me through your starting items first.
okay. Oh, I was gonna get PMS into Ring of Ekla
Okay, so why PMS?
because I thought that the lane was gonna be much harder than it was, and plus, well, what I originally thought was I was gonna get an Enigma off lane, and PMS is like the go-to item for
All
Enigma
right,
with
fantastic.
Eidolons and such. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
fantastic.
what I actually thought was gonna happen. So
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I probably wouldn't have minded so much against an Enigma, and I wouldn't have gone PMS against an Enigma. The reason is because you've got a Sand King with you. So when there's an Enigma offlane, you've already won the lane because of the Sand King. The Sand King is just going to get super farmed with his caustic finale. So I probably wouldn't have minded the Enigma, but obviously you had a pretty good thought process behind it. The only thing is, I think this lane is a bit of an overkill. You've got Undying, you've got Sand King. I think honestly, your team would have been so much better off if Sand King had just jungled, because the Undying alone, you and Undying, like once you turn level 3 and you've got a little bit of a range on, like level 1, you never want to use Stifling Dagger anyway, but when you've got a little bit of a range, you can definitely harass the hell out of this guy. You plus, what's his name? Undying. Thank
right.
God I didn't say Underlord. So I think, obviously, this is Sand King's job, but maybe you could have recognized this a little bit and say, "Hey, Sand King, you know, um, how about you go to the jungle? What MMR? Yeah, so see, he's 4.7K. So I wouldn't, this isn't quite important. You go through people's, you go through people's thingies. What's it called? And you kind of have a try to get a grasp of who is what level. You have to understand this is a lower average game. So if there's somebody who is like 4.5, 4.6, that kind of an MMR range, they it's so easy to get to 5K with just mechanical skill and very little knowledge, which is quite evident from the Sand King. So you need to recognize that, hey, I'm like 1K above this guy. I have a lot more knowledge. Like, what is he doing right now? So it does come to this. It does come to this control of your allies, and it comes back to that time when we were talking about the TA game where I said that you definitely need to up your communication. It's in a conventional game of Dota 2, you should be concerned about what your hero is doing and what your hero is supposed to do. But in a pub game, you can never know when you're playing with an idiot. Like right now, this Undying is playing really well, but what is this Sand King doing? He honestly, right now, this Undying is maximizing his golden XP by pulling. You're maximizing your golden XP, of course, by doing what you're supposed to do. The Sand King could have been maximizing his golden XP as well by farming jungle. Instead of doing whatever the hell he's doing over there, is he trying to block Nyx's farm in the jungle? Nyx can't farm in the bloody jungle. Let him farm in the jungle. It's so slow. So it's like things like these that you could have been like, hey, dude, just go farm jungle. You're gonna get much more out of the lane. Sorry, much more out of the jungle. Anyway, this is
Yeah,
gonna be.
I get nervous because then people start, they get all defensive and they're like, well, fuck you, dude, and I'm gonna do what I want. And it's just like,
Yeah.
I kind of gave up on talking a long time ago because, I mean, I don't know. Just, it makes things worse all the time. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have the MMR anymore for people to respect me. Like, when I was 6.3, obviously, in these 5K average games, like, of course they're gonna listen to me.
Yeah.
But now that I'm 1,000 MMR below, it's like, they don't really care. So
Rough, rough.
yeah.
All right. Definitely, I would have gone for this as well. We can have a look if this was the right play. Okay, this ends up being the right play. I just want to have a quick look, right? This is what I would have done if I was watching my own replay as well. Ended up being that you did get the kill, but I feel like you just committed to it too early. Like right now, you're hitting him, but you committed to him at this point. When there's a creep dying here, and this guy is almost full HP. So I definitely feel like you kind of did the support's job. Um, Maybe because the underlord or undying was this undying. Maybe because the undying left, but I definitely think that you committed too damn early. This guy's nearly full HP. All the damage, the only damage you've done so far is a stifling dagger. You know, and so
Yeah.
far you've missed one CS. You're gonna miss two CS. We're also gonna make. We're gonna see how much gold you get for this kill. You're gonna miss three CS here. And you got okay, that's okay. You missed four CS. That one you could have gotten, but you missed four CS. How much gold did you have this? You got there. You go. It definitely wasn't worth it. You, I mean,
Yeah,
you
but what
would
are you
have
gonna
got.
do?
You
I
would
mean,
have
what are you gonna
gotten.
do when your team yells at you and tells you why didn't you go on him?
The thing
Like,
is, you
how
you
do you
mute them.
respond in that situation?
You mute them. You mute them. The
Yeah,
thing
but then
is,
they run down mid and feed,
the
and then
thing
they start
is,
playing bad.
you have to believe in yourself, in your own decision making. When a 4.7k guy is telling you that you should be doing something, you have to have the foresight to know that this guy is wrong and mute him and not doubt yourself. I mean, of course, you should have gotten the kill, and missing 4 CS is what 180 gold. You could have gotten 160 gold and it would have been worth it. Because you also lost a lot of resources. It's about resources, right? You combine the four creeps and then you combine the HP and mana you lost, especially considering the fact that when this guy comes back alive, you're gonna be half HP, half mana. This guy's gonna be half HP, half mana. This guy was already half spent anyway when he came up here. But definitely fighting Nyx cost both of you half HP, half mana, which is worth it if you think about it just in the moment. But moments later, Nyx is going to come back full HP, full health, and then you guys are going to have to either reinvest more money into region items or have to play defensively against the Nyx, which means he gets more out of this lane than he was before, which means that death actually ended up the best thing that could have happened to him in this lane, you know?
Mm.
But even then, obviously, risking, you ended up trading 180 gold for 160 gold if you had gotten the kill. So the only thing is, the small thing is that you committed too early. That's all. You could have left the harass to Sand King, and when you saw that, okay, now I can dagger this guy, slow him for 2 seconds, because level 2 dagger is still 2 seconds, is so lame. So in 2 seconds I can blink strike. I still got blink strike. A phantom strike him and kill him in 4 hits. Not to mention you're going to be stunned for what is it, 0.6 seconds? It's level. Yeah, it's level 1. So 0.6 seconds. So it's not that much, but definitely, all of these things come into the factorization. All right. Anyway, moving forward. All right. So it's Nyx has got a free lane now, pretty much, because for some reason both of your supports have abandoned the lane. Um, let's have a quick look at the levels. 4 level. Okay, so this is what happens after you kill him. He gets all his levels back essentially. Not only that, but he's actually um, I wouldn't say he's doing too well in the farm department, so it's okay. But yeah, one big mistake that you're making right now is let's see what when this courier delivers what you're getting, because you definitely, when you had that one, okay, Sam King help you out. Benefits of a slightly higher MMR bracket. But yeah, what I was trying to say is that when you had one tango left, you definitely should have considered buying more HP region because you're not going to get any region items for a very long time, right? Whatever.
Hmm.
Usually on PA, I definitely like to get a Ring of Health before I get my Akila sometimes, depending on how hard you're spamming in the lane because this next assassin is coming and going, and you're definitely not using up way too much mana because what you could have just done is got a Sobi Mask from the side, just have the casual um,
That's what I do eventually.
okay. Just have the casual Basilius and then go for the God damn it, man. Just go for the Ring of Health. Ring of Health. And
Right.
also
Except I wasn't going Vanguard this game, so
do you not okay, so the build that a lot of I'm seeing popping up a lot these days is you just rely on the extra 150 health from the talent tree and you don't go Vanguard. I don't agree with that build at all,
well, I go
especially
Vlad's. I just went Vlad's. I felt like Vlad's. I
okay.
only go. Well, I go Vanguard or Vlad's depending on the
The,
game.
the,
It's like
the
similar. It's funny because it's similar how I skill Ursa like Vanguard or
yeah.
Vlad's. It's like
Okay,
the same
so
thing.
first let's talk about Vanguard and Blaz, right? So in this, of course, you understand the difference, but in this game, like look at this game. There's huge burst coming from Lion, from this guy. What's his name? What's his name? God damn it, SF.
Chef.
There's huge burst
Yeah,
coming from both of
I
these
know.
guys, and then
I felt like
there's
it just benefited my team a lot, and I felt like the PMS was really useful for me early on, or
yeah.
was going to be really use. My thinking was going to be really useful early on in
I
that.
mean, you can sell it and buy it because, like, you're not going to get Vanguard at 5 minutes, right? The earliest you're going to get Vanguard is what, like 10, 11 minutes because you need your healer as well. So it's going to take a while. So you could have definitely waited about, kept this poor man's shield until you've got all the components and then go Vanguard because I definitely think you need the extra HP in this game. There's lockdown from Nyx. When you're locked in, there's lockdown from this guy and there's lockdown for this. There's lockdown from three people. When you're locked down, you're not benefiting from the Vlads at all. So that's when you need the flat HP, especially in the early
Yeah.
game. Like you're not looking to man fight anyone. You're just looking for pick offs. So you're gonna kill one person, phase run the hell out of there. So I this is obviously some people do go for Vlads and it is successful for them, but I find that most of the times um, it just doesn't pay off even for those high level players. I see them playing with Vanguard PA and I just think it's such a bad mistake. Anyway, that's besides the point. We will once we get into the point where we can see what actually happens and we can compare it with the powerful hindsight tool called hindsight, but we'll come to that later. So phase boots, right? So you got phase boots against Snicks. I feel like you could have invested that 800, 850 gold, whatever it is, into maybe an Aquila or whatever next item because you don't really need phase boots against Nyx. You don't need to run away from Nyx, right? And you're not going to chase Nyx, especially not when there's a Sand King there. So the phase boots this early on, I feel like that could
Yeah,
have
but it
been.
gives me kill potential for me to rotate. Like what happens in a second? Because like that's the thing. Like I play a really weird carry. Like I TP to like their safe lane and kill their
Yeah,
safe laner most games,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
which I do in a couple of seconds here. So
no, that's absolutely fine. What I'm saying is that you could have had your Aquila um,
right.
before phase boots because you're gonna get Aquila later on, right? So let's see when you go to the lane because I think you're definitely like by the time you rotate, you're gonna have gold for phase and Aquila. But what you could have done is earlier on, you could have started spamming the hell out of this guy, made sure he's low, so
Yeah,
such.
I can't spam him though because he has 7 base regen. So
Does it?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
two mangoes, two mangoes.
So yeah, see I TP right there, and the phase boots gives me this kill. So
Yeah, okay. That's what
you know,
this is what I keep trying to teach my lower MMR students. Like you need to keep looking at the map, and you don't have to wait for your big items to be able to TP. Like this guy, these guys are diving your tower. This was a really good like. Yeah, this is like high level stuff right here that you recognize that you can kill the lion and not the beaver, even though beaver is the higher Priority
Yeah, and the
target
Magnus flamed the garbage out of me for like 2 minutes. I'm like,
again.
bro, I'm just gonna take the guaranteed kill and move
Again.
on. Like, I
Oh
don't
wow.
want to like, I don't know what his Sakuchi timer's at. I don't know any of that. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know any of
Yeah,
that. So
I feel like what you're doing right now is just wasting your time. What is the point of you going after the Weaver anyway? Like, you don't even have the chance of the lucky boom, So what is even the point of going after the Weaver? I feel like the whole time that you went from here to here to back, that was a complete waste of time. But yeah, the
yeah,
main point was that what are you actually going to do after the kill? The kill was fantastic, but what are you going to do after it? But I
get
definitely
Shadow
think that
Fiend.
yeah, I definitely think that you should have just stayed there and farmed a little bit. It looks like an opportunity is going to come up, which is really nice that Weaver rotated. But sorry, not Weaver. What's his name? A Sand King rotated. But I definitely don't think that if they had a ward up here, which they don't, which is something that you should have.
Well, I
Uh,
had Invis, so that's
no, no, they would have seen you pick the invis, right? If
the yeah, yeah.
yeah, so the 4.8k, dude. You should be a good, and he's a support player mostly, I guess. So I guess they messed up because if the Sand King, what I'm trying to say is that what you should have done is farmed here for a little bit and then decided later on because going mid was a big chance, right? You're a carry, you need to be super efficient.
Yeah, I know. My problem is people don't understand that, and they get really mad at me, and they say, "Why did you TP down here? Why are
Yeah,
you farming my
dude,
lane?"
you
And
need to mute them. You need to mute
dude,
them.
I don't know how to play with these people because
Yeah,
in a normal game, yeah, I would farm that lane, but
yeah.
like you'll see if we watch my Terrorblade game, I had like we had 5 people farming our jungle, and I'm like, "What are you guys
Yeah,
doing?" And
yeah, I
it's
know.
just like,
Have. Oh my god, I have the exact. And after that, 40 minutes into the game, they're gonna be like, Terrorblade free farm, no items, bad
yeah,
carry.
and it's like, dude, you're position 5 and you're farming my camps that I'm
uh,
transitioning to
yeah,
in my farming rotation. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
There's nothing you can do
but I
about
don't
that,
know how
right?
to play with that though.
Can't
But
nothing.
I want to do something about that because I want to win.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah. There's nothing you can do. Unfortunately, all you can do is maybe play support the next game and make sure you don't do that. But first of all, the move you made here, like just mute them, dude. You need to trust yourself. I feel like this is another issue that you probably just discovered. You need to trust yourself. The first thing is you got to invis. First thing is actually the support. Didn't put a ward up here because if they had a ward up here, they would have seen everything and SF wouldn't have died. Second thing is you actually got an invis route. That was a big deal. Maybe if it was something else, you probably might not have gotten a kill. Third thing is that the Sand King rotated it. I'm pretty sure without the Sand King, you wouldn't have gotten the kill on SF. I guess you can also say fifth thing is nobody rotated in to help him, but then again, they had no vision, so it was really quick. So all of that, like it was a lot of things that went your way that ended up meaning that this rotation that you had, like you TP'd bot, you killed, what's his name, Lion, and
like
then you would have had
300.
to walk all the way back. What was it, 300 gold?
Yeah.
That was quite nice then. Then you would have had to walk all the way back top, which means you ended up spending 50 gold for the TP and then waste like what, 40 seconds traveling, walking all the way back, risking dying in the
Yeah,
middle
but
of this.
I can't. Well, I just I don't know. Do I just do it and like do I just let them get pissed off and run down mid? Because
Absolutely.
like okay, because
Absolutely.
that's why I stopped. Because at 6.3, I got really cocky and I started just like doing whatever I wanted to do. And people like I had people run down mid and feed, and like every other game because I
Mm.
would do whatever I wanted, and they'd just be like, "Oh, well, screw you for farming my lane," and they just do it. It's like I stopped
Uh,
doing that because I like wanted to win,
yeah. No,
but
well,
maybe I should
that's
do
the
that
thing.
again.
That's another thing that I see very often in my coaching sessions that people try to justify doing the wrong thing even though they know that it's the wrong thing. Making a weird item or making a bad play, and they say, "Hey, you know what? In our bracket, in this game, this move was required to win." I don't disagree with that. I agree with that 100%. In the words of No Tail, when the game goes full retard, you have to go full retard. You can't go half retard, But the problem is when you get used to that, when you get used to making the wrong play, then you don't know anymore which is the right play, and that is, my friend, when you start decreasing in MMR. You need to make the right play, need to make the play that is the correct play, regardless of whether a different play is going to help you win that particular game. Sometimes it's okay, but it's important to keep in mind that this was the wrong play. So
Yeah, I
mute the
knew it
guy.
was, but
Yeah, mute the guy because you would have lost so much if you hadn't gotten that SF kill. Literally, the going down to kill Lion would not have been worth it. Literally wouldn't have been worth it. Not to mention you leave the next free farm top. I guess next free farming top isn't that bad. Not as bad as I don't know, like a Weaver or a
I mean,
Magnus off lane or a
he
Void,
ends up
something like that.
carrying the game, but yeah, he
Really?
gets a Dagon 5 and just picks off our invoker like 8 times.
I mean, that's another reason. Like Dagon as well. You know, there's more burst damage. So definitely, I think Vanguard. Yeah, Vanguard was crucial this game. I feel there's just nothing that can beat a Vanguard SOPA by the if you get a good timing on your
Yeah, I
items.
like going that build, but I don't
Mm.
know. I for some reason I just felt like I don't know. I don't know.
Against a
I prefer it as
right
well, but
clicking build, yeah, definitely you have to go for Vlad's because you get more HP region, more than 250 from the region, but it's the burst. I think this TP might have been premature. Yeah, because the biggest reason why this TP was premature is not because, first of all, they weren't really diving
well,
anymore,
I
but
I get a kill here though.
the biggest thing is like you didn't have your allies here, and there was no indication that Magnus is gonna TP. Like now he's TPing, but for the past like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, especially when you TP'd, once again this was a lucky kill. This particular one, like look, why would this line go over here? His team is over here. What the hell is he doing going over there? Right? So this was a really, really bad play from this line. He really shouldn't have gone there. The reason why your TP was bad is because you TP'd here, and it was
Well,
somewhat like it was
I
hope.
felt like I could actually go on them though because they didn't have Midnight Pulse and the Enigma was only at 200 HP or 300 HP. So my original plan was just to wrap on the Enigma
But
and
you were
find a kill.
definitely relying on the Sand King getting. Well, the Sand King doesn't even have Blink, by the way. So you were definitely relying on Sand King doing something with his level 2 burst strike. And mostly you were kind of relying on this guy. But then again, he's only got his fresh level 6 right now. So I feel like just PA. It was more like you were alone versus 3 heroes. And it's not like they could have killed you, but it's more like, how can you kill them? Um,
Right.
but yeah,
This
did that?
this
Did
sucks.
he?
No, yeah, it hits, but it doesn't matter.
Uh, ah. So that lion kill ended up being not worth it at all. Wait, what? What? I thought you died. Did I not? Oh,
No.
okay. I thought this was you. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong person. Never mind.
I
Lucky
wish I
crit.
had dust so bad.
If Weaver shows himself, one crit, not even a crit. I think just a dagger would kill him.
Yeah,
I think you
but
recognize that, but he's just gonna go in. That's
yeah,
nice. Nah, you need to get the hell out of here now.
yeah, that's what I do at this point. Yeah. I think I farm this wave maybe, but
Yeah, it was definitely worth going for that chance. We were a little bit too late with his fingers. He could die, so definitely, yeah,
yeah,
you lost your full HP, but definitely, I think that was worth
yeah. I
attempting.
thought maybe if I tracked it, if I guessed right, I could catch him out.
Yeah,
You
I
know, but
definitely think that was worth a chance. Now you're in a dangerous territory. You're gonna die.
I don't remember if I die. Oh, I do die here,
You
but
have
nobody
to die here.
TPs.
You have to die here. There's no
They
way you
die
live.
by tier 2, and the Weaver
Yeah.
lives like with.
No,
I
it's
mean,
fine. It's no, it's not fine. Okay,
no,
so
it's not
the
really that
reason
fine.
why it's more or less fine is because the gold swing ended up being in the favor of your. Oh no, never mind. Why did it look like? Because if you look at the kills, Weaver only got 375 gold for killing you. This guy got 100 more nearly, and on top of
I
that,
lost a
Weaver.
lot.
Yeah, but Weaver also lost more. Weaver lost more though. Why can I not get out of here? All right, let's just. So I don't know. Oh, because Weaver's gold was all true gold, not true gold. What's it called? Reliable gold. So he didn't end up losing anything. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Oh God, what is this kid doing? All right, let's go back. All right, so you died. You come back. All right, let's see you come back and do what is your decision making here. So you come back and thank God your Undying has farmed the top lane.
Yeah, there was really no farm potential top.
You kind of didn't have any choice. this is not a good choice, obviously, to come to this lane because you're not going to get much out. The only thing that you can do is try is the key word here. Try to get some kills,
I
and
dies
there you go.
first.
That's
Yeah.
this is what I was about to say. Like you can try to get some kills, but you're risking your life. And the thing is, like right now, you can't TPing. The first TP that you did was fantastic, obviously, because they were diving your towers, they were panicking, they were in a state of panic, they were low HP, low everything. You
Yeah,
had
but
full
there's nowhere else
HP.
to farm on the map. I mean, it's just
You
like
you
Invoker's
had to
taking the
go.
jungle, Undying's farming
You
top.
had to go
Like,
top and wait for the next creep wave, essentially. Because the thing is, like, you took a big risk here, and
yeah,
that
that seems so dumb. Yeah, it's just like I don't know.
it's not the most
This game
efficient.
this game
It's
I felt like there was no farm anywhere.
which is kind of surprising because Undying doesn't need farm. Sand King should have jungled and gotten his blink dagger, and then he just needs to go and get kills. But I guess now you've got farm a little bit of farm at least. There you go. You've got empower. Um, going into
Only like
dangerous
the third time I get it all game. I only get it
once
like
again.
3 times.
You're going into dangerous territory again. Where you are farming right now.
I saw
Okay,
the
now
Weaver
now
top,
now you see him.
so
Now you see him. Now
yeah.
you see him. But before you didn't. So Lion stuns you. Weaver comes in. Weaver can chase you. That's the other problem with Weaver. It's not just the laning phase. You can't just blink away and be happy that Weaver's not going to get you. So you're diving way. You're way too deep. I think. Never mind.
Well, they're
Yeah,
fighting top,
yeah, they're
so
fighting top. This is your push bot. You have to push this lane, which is fine. You had a TP, you didn't check top to see if you could maybe contribute? Or you didn't want to because you want to get your items up?
yeah, I had it was like
That
4.
both choices are, I guess, they're both fine. Like if you check top and see if there's a kill potential, that's fine. You need to get your items up. Going top is once again risking death. You've already died twice, and you don't want to risk death. So it's all both choices are, I guess, good. So could have gone mid, taken that farm. It's fine though. It's mostly just
Well,
farming now.
I wanted to farm out bottom after, but then
Yeah,
I don't remember if I get this kill or not.
too risky, dude. Too risky. Way too risky.
And Black Hole's here? Yeah.
Yeah, way too risky.
I don't die, I don't think. Yeah, I don't die
You
here.
didn't die, but that was big. The region from Blast
Oh
did
yeah.
end up.
And then I actually got so mad here
Oh,
because
that
I had
was
dust on the courier and it got recalled and I would have had
no.
dust there and then I die because of it and I was so mad because I had dust calling right after I bought my Vanguard. Yeah, so yeah, bought dust with that bounty rune, call it, never get the courier.
Oh, the curse stopped right there.
Yep.
All right.
And then I don't get the kill and I die because I don't have
My
dust.
my only issue is PA as a hero. You need to be sneaky, more or less, and you need to catch out single backlining targets. You definitely can't jump in like this. You need a frontliner, and you kind of just go in. Like, sure, they're sort of diving your tower, but there's still two
Well, I mean,
people.
everybody's so pussy in NA, dude. Nobody
Yeah, I
cares. Like,
know.
I swear, like, nobody goes in ever. I have to go in first on every hero, no matter what it is. Even
You know what?
Terrorblade. Like, I
You know
gotta
what?
walk up and go in because everybody sits there, like not doing anything. Like, I swear, it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Like, the people will push high ground. I'm like, yo, just go. They're like, no, they'll kill me. I'm like, who cares? Just go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
nobody does it. I don't
No,
know.
you need to wait. It doesn't matter if they take whatever. It doesn't even matter.
But then we don't get those, like, I don't know. Like,
I've
then
had
nobody goes,
games.
though.
I've had games as an anti-mage. I'm sitting behind my team saying go. They take the tower. They take the Raxes. My team doesn't go. I don't go. It doesn't matter. That's again. You're making that choice that you're saying, hey, if somebody doesn't do something, we're gonna lose this tower. Yes, you're right. But you are not the one who has to do something. But if you say, really, we're gonna lose, and the only choice, nobody's doing anything, I have to go in. Yes, maybe that particular game, you go in, Magnus comes in, gets a 5-man RP, you win that game. Doesn't matter. You made the wrong call. You make that wrong call too many times. You think you start making that call too often, and you start actually doing it when you don't even need to do it. Like that particular time, it's just a tier 2. It's not really that important. It's just two people hitting it. There could have been like if you start pinging it like crazy, stand behind these trees waiting for maybe hoping somebody TPs in, and then you blink in and get your, shit, crits or
Yeah,
whatever.
I
You
mean,
know,
the other
then
problem is like we don't have any stuns, so like I don't really have anything to set up off of.
You have Magnus, you have Sand King. So you just need, and you've got what's his name, Invoker. You just need to wait a little bit. You need to be patient. Again, just be patient. Um, I, I was about to say, come on, put that. I hate this, and I hate it when this happens. You need to get the hell out. You need to get the.
I
Ay,
had to commit
ay.
at this point.
Yeah, I know that feeling, but it's the wrong feeling. I know this. I did this in the Battle Cup the other day. I know this feeling all too well, and I know this is such a wrong play. But it's once you're committed, you know, it's right now. It's I need to get back, but you can't.
Well, I
But
mean, I got more gold out of it. It was like a really positive trade for me,
yeah,
but
yeah, I guess so. But it was a positive. Once again, comes back to the same thing. It was a positive trade in this moment because he was higher net worth than you. If it was all calculated, thinking that I'm far behind and this guy is actually quite far ahead.
I mean
Uh,
that's kind of what I thought because I mean
okay,
this game I felt like I just have to like make stuff happen because
yeah.
my supports in offlane aren't making things happen.
See, that's not that is the wrong mentality again. You need to get the hell out of that mentality, and you need to get the hell out of that.
But that's how all the games go. I mean,
Mm,
I rarely play with people who are actually playmakers. Nobody's a playmaker in NA.
mm.
They all just like
Fantastic, dude.
mindlessly
That
do things.
if if
But
you if you were a businessman, you would have taken up that opening. Go and pick playmaking heroes. Go pick Axe. That's why you were winning so many games with Magnus. Because you were making those plays that were required. Maybe
yeah,
somewhere
but
along the
I just prefer playing core so much. Like I don't know. Yeah, I know safe lane and mid, and I know those heroes so well. I just don't know offlane heroes very well. Like
mm.
I
Yeah, no,
just
I know what you mean.
I never have. Like it's the lane I've played the least. But like I don't know. I know like I can play almost all the safe lane heroes to some degree. I can't play a lot of the offlane heroes, which
Yeah,
really limits me. Like I
yeah.
can't play Beastmaster. I can't play. I
Well,
mean, what?
Beastmaster isn't really a offlaning hero right now these days.
Yeah,
These
but I
days
mean,
it's all about like Magnus and
Axe and
Centaur,
Magnus is really all I can play. I can't play Centaur. Like I can't play a lot of these heroes.
Slardar.
I just don't play Slardar. Like I just don't play a lot of those heroes. It's like I don't know.
Learn.
I
I guess it's not really that
Yeah, but
easy.
then if I learn offlane, I'll have learned every single role in the game, and then I'm
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. I know what you mean.
like,
It's
at this
tough, you know
point,
what?
I've raised and dropped MMR back and forth to learn support, to learn safe lane, to learn mid. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, at some point, like, do I really have to know every single lane? Like, give me.
The thing is, like, I know so well what you're saying, and it's exactly the same issue that I had that I got so fed up with. The highest MMR I reached was by playing the role that I knew nobody in my region is playing or knows how to play. Because the thing is, like in our region, that's support role, right? So nobody plays support, nobody wants to play support, and whoever is playing support in that game is a carry player who doesn't know how to play support and is stuck playing support, right? Obviously, he's not going to perform to his best ability, and that's frustrating. So if you want to win games in EU, just learn to play support and pick support, and that's how I got my highest MMR, and I just got fed up of it. It's a role I don't enjoy playing that much. Surprise,
I
surprise.
mean, I hate it as I don't like it as well. I mean, I
Yeah,
play it fine. I mean,
yeah,
you look, I with a 7K guy, I was like, okay, I'll play
yeah,
support, whatever, and
yeah,
I did fine. I was like
yeah,
12-0 on Oracle, aiming at
yeah,
like 15 minutes, but
yeah.
I
But the
mean,
question that it comes
but I
down
don't
to
like
is,
that because
yeah,
I'd like to play support occasionally when the time calls for it, and I queued with Sumail or somebody that I can
yeah,
trust
yeah,
because,
yeah.
in all fairness, I don't trust anybody below 6.5.
It's
And
about
like,
trusting yourself that you will play a better support or better offlane than whoever picks offlane or support. That's that's
yeah, but
that's
sometimes it's
actually
not
the.
enough, man. I've had
No,
to
it's not. No, it's not. But
like
you're gonna win
that's
50% of the
like
games, right? Or
I
just a
mean,
little bit
yeah.
more.
I
So
mean, I don't
so
know.
you are gonna. There will be 100%. There will be 50%. 100%. There will be 50% roughly games where you will make that effort playing that shitty role that you don't enjoy playing, and at the end you're gonna see all that effort wasted, and it's gonna be sad. So you need to. At the end of the day, it comes down to do you want to enjoy this game or do you want to gain MMR? And for me, the thing that ended up being was that I want to enjoy this game, which, at the end of the day, it's now at the point where it's really not enjoyable even. So I don't know. These developers need to do something about this. Not
We
that's
have
not.
South Americans on
Uh,
ours. It's so terrible. I don't know. Yeah, they need to do something about regions for sure. It's pretty frustrating,
mm. Anyway,
but I mean, I don't know.
so
It's
you, your
whatever.
your farm decreased quite a little bit. Like you should have had a deso by 18 minutes, but now you've got a deso. You should definitely stop farming because this is a big power spike that you've hit, and this is literally
I
the time
yeah.
to stop
I
farming. But
died
you're
here. It
still
was really stupid. I asked Sand King to come
the
closer so I
SF
could
is
blink
gonna
to him,
the SF is gonna
but
kill you.
yeah,
Oh,
I
SF
asked him
is.
come closer so I can blink to you so I can TP out, and then he's like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "Oh." I was literally like coming in, and then he walked right next to me, and I'm like, "That's not what I meant." Whatever.
You did see the SF coming here. I mean, he took a
Yeah, I
long
know.
time, but you were aware the SF is coming, and you took
Yeah,
that
it
risk
was.
for the tower.
Yeah, I did.
Add a power spike as well on top of that. Like you could have TP'd out long time ago when you saw the SF moving. In fact, when you had the Desolator, you should have been like, "Hey Magnus, you got ult. Let's go. Yeah, get an RP, empower me, get an RP, Invoker, come with us. 23 minutes. He has to have his power spike. He does.
Dude, I
What the
just
hell is
don't.
this?
I just don't talk like that. I don't
Mm.
know. I just like I
Uh,
think it, but it's speaking it is so much more
you
difficult.
need
Like
to communicate, dude. It is so crucial. You need to say well, you had your power spike. That's the main thing. You have your power spike. You have to look at this little button. Does this guy have RP? Does Sand King have ult? Let's go. Let's smoke. Hey man, let's go smoke. Oh, you just stand in one place. They see the carry standing in one place. They're gonna react to it. They don't want their carry to not farm. So they are gonna go and do something with you. They're gonna smoke 9 out of 10 times at least. This is really hard because now you're being forced to defend high ground without two heroes. One of the main heroes who defends high ground isn't there, so it's a very rough. But yeah, you just need to stay back, and if it means the tower dies, then the tower dies. I really, really don't want to see you jump in and make any play here.
I do at the end, but that's only because that's only because my Magnus is standing. His positioning was so bad. He was standing like right up on our high. Like I jump right here. But look where Magnus is. Like dude,
that's
like
not the thing.
seriously. But
The the
I'm expecting him to come in and
the, the
I've got two stuns, two team fight
okay.
abilities. Everybody's I don't know. It's just
Okay, so the black hole trumps RP every single day. The Magnus, this is the play has to be the Magnus. Like, look at their team and look at your team, right? The what do you call it? The Magnus is waiting for the right opportunity to come in RP. The Enigma is waiting for the same thing for the right opportunity to come in black hole. The problem is Enigma black holes. Magnus cannot RP. Magnus RPs, Enigma will just black hole on top of that. So you're in this situation where your hero, where Magnus is completely trumped by this hero, which means that Magnus essentially has to get Enigma in the RP. I don't know if he's a smart enough guy to know that or not, but if he is, then he is definitely making the right play where he wants to get Enigma in the RP, and Enigma is quite far back. Maybe obviously Magnus is not really. I don't think he's thinking about that because his positioning doesn't suggest so. Maybe he does. He is looking towards Enigma, so maybe he was thinking about that. But once you jumped on the what's his name,
I
Lion.
jumped on the line because SF was respawning with Roshan.
Mm.
I was like, he's out of position on the lion, and I just felt pressured to make a play because
It was exactly that. That was bait. That was essentially what it was. The Lion jumps in, and that's go ahead for Enigma. Enigma was just waiting for you or Invoker. Obviously, Invoker was dead, so you're the main. You're the carry. If you're Enigma right now, what are you waiting for? Look at this lineup. What are you waiting for? You're waiting to see
I'm
the
waiting to make
PA.
sure SK stuns. Yeah.
No,
More
Esk is
importantly, I'm
like
waiting
dead.
to
Like he's just
come.
waiting to see the PA. He sees the PA. He's just gonna black hole. He doesn't give it. Like if I'm the what's his name Enigma. Like you will never, as an Enigma, you will never get the SK in your black hole. SK trumps Enigma, just like
Well,
Enigma.
somehow he
So
didn't.
yeah, so he's
Yeah.
not. So all he wants to see is the PA. What your play should have been maybe is it's not your play. It's Magnus's play to get the Enigma in his ult, and then your play is to kill the Enigma before he gets his RP off. So it's a tough situation, but definitely not something that wasn't doable. But you guys kind of just you could have defended high ground once the Invoker was up, but this is where you guys have already lost the game. There's no comeback from here.
Yeah, no, the game ends right here.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. There's no way you guys come back now. That black hole. He waited for the right opportunity.
I
You
don't
also
know.
gave him the
I
opportunity.
always feel like I'm forced into the playmaker position even when I'm not playing the hero for it, and
Yeah,
this is really frustrating.
you understand your problem. You don't need coaching. You just need the willpower. I feel like it's more like you need somebody to tell you what you already know. You know this. Why just do it? You know, or rather, don't do it. Just be patient. If your Magnus doesn't make the right call, you know what would have happened here? You would have lost the racks. You know, actually, you would have lost a tower. Let's go back. It's important to see these situations. Like you lost a tower, and you would have. This guy's dead. You know, Invoker's coming back in 4 seconds. Invoker comes back. That means you guys again have a higher chance of defending high ground. On top of that, Enigma doesn't have BKB. That means Invoker comes in. Invoker sees Enigma ulti. There's a chance Invoker can tornado this guy, cancel the black hole, and Magnus follows up with an RP. Like these are all just hypothetical situations. But point is, Invoker would have been alive. There would have been another person. This would have been a 5v4 fight because SF was dead. Instead of this being
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just felt like this was like the only moment I was gonna get was when SF's on Aegis timer.
You were
and
super impatient.
I thought I could catch them off guard. They just took the tower. They're like, the line was really out of position. Just like, I don't know.
If you hadn't died there, your whole team wouldn't have died there. That means that even if you are unsuccessful at defending, at the most you lose a Rax. You're still in the game. There's still a chance. Right here, you all die and you lose the Rax. There's no chance now. Now there's a chance that if you guys, didn't make that play, there's a small chance, but there's a chance that maybe you guys could have picked some people off. You could have gotten a better, you know, something better at the end of the day. Get a few kills on the retreat or something like that, and you live to defend another lane. Extend the game. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. Definitely a good thing because Invoker doesn't have anything yet. Invoker 25 minutes in, he still is trying to get into the game. I guess he had a pretty bad game. I don't know how was his. Never saw the Invoker in this game, but yeah, you just defended it poorly. You took obviously at our MMRs, it's not one person. There's a whole symphony of mistakes being made here. You got impatient. You jumped on the wrong target. Magnus is not ulting the right person. I guess this guy is doing what he's supposed to do. Invoker died too early. What the hell? Where did he die? Why did he die? Why was he alone when he died? All of these things. It's everybody's fault. So it's small. So what it comes down to are small things, and you just need to improve small things to improve as a whole. I feel like your communication lacks a huge. Is still, I mean, in this game, in the TA game, in the Ursa game, you took too many risks. You took too many chances. Your communication is down. There's a bunch of problems that are coming up, and now it comes to the point where now you need you. I feel like at this point, through like what is this our third session? I think we've gotten enough information now that you need to now first fix all of these issues one at a time, of course. And I think the easiest one, obviously, is communication. It's putting a little bit of faith in people. Um, it's hard, I know, but
After 7,000 games of Dota, it's like far and few between. You find somebody who
let me tell you what.
actually will talk to you and want to win.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you what Eternal Envy does. As soon as he gets into a game, he mutes everybody and he talks to them all. He'll just go and mute everybody. He doesn't want to hear what other people have to say. He just knows what he has to say.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay. So,
that's funny.
but you need to communicate with them, right? You need to tell them what your idea is, what your plan is, what you.
If they're talking already before the game starts, I usually just mute everybody. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's funny that he does that. I didn't know that. That's what I do.
Obviously, after that, you just need to you need to recognize that you are a higher level player who's deranked a little bit. You need to stop listening to other people, and you need to trust in your. Look at this guy. I mean, at the beginning, I said this guy should have been jungling. He did not do anything this whole game. But what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. There's nothing. I guess you could have earlier on, as I said, you could have told him like, "Hey man, go to the jungle." He would have had an earlier blink dagger. He would have blink dagger. He would have had a higher net worth. He would have had a better lane presence and game presence. Essentially, he would have had more than 4,000 damage in the game. You know, where's the lion? Their support has got almost twice as much damage as your support. So, I mean, all of these things, literally all of these things. I mean, you've got the highest damage. Where's the Invoker's damage? Invoker's supposed to have insane amounts of damage. There's no damage. So, I mean, this should be just take what's it called? Um, uh, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Be happy. Take some consolation in the fact that you actually did pretty damn decently with a might invoker with a Midas with less deaths than you, with about the same amount of kills and assists, has the exact same. Actually, you have more gold, a little bit more gold than he does. You have more. You have more last hits, and you have more damage than invoker. I don't even know how an exhort invoker doesn't have the highest damage in the game, even if you're on the losing side. But point is that this should be your indication that look, you're doing whatever you're doing is more or less correct. It's better than what everybody else is doing, and you need to trust in yourself and not listen to other people. Right? If somebody says, "Hey, go win," you need to first look at the situation and assess it yourself. You don't just go in or whatever. Like that time in the bot lane, you should have stayed bot. You should have farmed bot. As such, it ended up being well. It ended up being good that you got the SF kill, but so many things, as we discussed, could have gone wrong or went right for you
Yeah,
to get that, which ended up being worth it. 9 out of 10 times, that play is not going to be worth it.
yeah.
And yeah,
All right.
just impatience. I guess impatience also comes from being a little bit on tilt. Probably because you lost this game. Also playing so much. When you play so much, it it's so long ago since I used to play so much, but it definitely has that effect that you get a little bit of impatience. You need to do things. You can't just play passively and play smartly. After 20 games in the same day. How many is this? Like 11th game of the day. Your patience level has definitely drained. So I'm actually even surprised you had that much patience. But how old are you? You're 17, 18, right?
Just turned 18. Yeah.
Oh God. So you have lots of patience, I guess, or have the capacity. So yeah, I mean, just have a level head. As I said, take breaks between games. Go have a drink. Watch some YouTube or something. Not non Dota related. Just freshen up your mind. It's really really important. You freshen up your mind and come back and then make the
I do
right
that a
play.
lot of times, but I just do it while I'm queuing usually. I mean, I don't
That
know.
doesn't count, dude. That doesn't count. I
No,
mean, literally,
no.
just relieve yourself of the pressure, of the tension. You're gonna get
I
old at 25, dude, if you keep this up. Keep this up.
I mean, it's not so much pressure. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating because I really want to be a good player, and so I spend a
Yeah.
lot of time, like working on stuff, and
Mm,
like I feel like I am really good. And when I play with people that I know, like I can kind of almost see the fruits of my labor in a sense.
mm. Have you
Because
thought
I mean
about?
I actually smash like because I play in like a I don't know if you've heard of the Reddit Dota 2 league.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I play an RTL with some guys just for fun. Like it's
Yeah.
obviously super casual, but it's just for fun. But I just smash teams in that. I get like 20 kills a game on heroes that I don't even
Mm,
play.
mm,
It's like I can see the fruits of my labor, but it's like I still want to be better because I want to be able to
oh.
do that in actual like games. I want to be able to do that in like 5K games. Like I want to do that in like 6K games. Like I want to be really good. And
One of the biggest things for communication I can advise you is have you thought about joining an actual team? Just a
no, not
casual.
not really. And I say that only because then that takes away time from my solo queuing. And
It's only 1 or 2 games a day. You play enough games a day to like. You don't need to play this many games a day in solo queue to like say, hey, I need to improve my MMR. You just need to play like 5, 6, 7 games. 7 games is nice because whatever number of games should be odd number of games, because that way at least you can say, hey, I had a net gain or a net loss in today's games. But point is, like, if you have, like, you're playing 11, 12 games a day, if you play like just 2 games with a team, honestly, you're going to learn so much more about communication, about, when somebody's saying, hey, I'm here, I'm coming in, do this, go here, this and that. You learn so much more about checking the facts first, as in looking at the minimap first, and then making that play. And also how to how to communicate in general. Essentially, to be honest, something that you are lacking here, and being friendly. Like, it doesn't matter if somebody's being an asshole. You need to understand that you need to gain MMR, and the only way to gain MMR, like, at higher levels, is being Honestly, I think I think till about 4.5k, uh, mechanical skill matters so much, and you can get to 4.5k just based off mechanical skill. I think after that you can get to 5k, 5.5k with mechanical skill that you gained and knowledge. But after that, it's not, you can't go higher. All it is communication. Then if you don't if you don't have that skill, you're not going any higher. So when you say you got the 6.3k just based off of skill and knowledge, I think that it was a little bit of luck there, that or maybe it was it was a time of holidays or something where people were
Yeah, it was
nice.
January. It was
Okay, there you
January.
go. There you go. I hit the nail on the head. So maybe, like, people were nice, people were jolly. The Peruvians or whatever, they were off on holiday or something. I don't know. But you
I mean, I played
generally
with
had.
a lot of English speaking people that week.
There
I
you
do
go.
remember.
So that's what I'm trying to convey to you. That it ended up being that communication was not as big a factor as normal, and you gained that MMR. You gained the highest MMR that you ever got because of that. But now you definitely need that communication skill, that team awareness, people awareness. What is my teammate doing, and I need to talk to him in a nice tone, in a nice manner, and you need to go with your team. It's really important. Really, really important in your level.
Oh, jeez. All right.
It's a lot to work on. I know. It's a lot to
Well,
work
it's
on.
it's it's like indirect too. Like, it's not. It's like not necessarily easy to. You
No.
know.
When is
Yeah.
it ever easy, dude? When who
I mean, it was
did you?
kind of easy when it was like last hit better, but it's far from that at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely. I mean, honestly, last hitting better is not easy either. Uh,
I mean,
who
after when you play like 13 games a day,
yeah, yeah,
it's
obviously,
it's not
obviously.
too bad.